We'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which this podcast is recorded, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, and pay our respects to their elders past and present. We honour their deep connection to land, story and community and the importance of listening, learning and sharing stories.
Life is a jungle.
Okay, rolling.
Hello, welcome to The Jungle. I'm your host, Amberly Lobo. On today's show, we are getting a masterclass on how to make the impossible possible. Saksham Sharma is a magician and creative force who has covered a lot of ground. From Australia's Got Talent to blowing up on socials, launching his own web series and starring in a Hollywood blockbuster alongside Liam Neeson, he has turned his dreams into a reality. Today we find out how on earth he did it. Plus we chat goal setting, rejection, taking action before you're ready, his secrets to memorising lines, teaching Liam Neeson magic tricks and so much more. Welcome to The Jungle, Saksham Sharma.
Welcome to the jungle with Amberly Lobo.
Saksham Sharma, welcome to The Jungle.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Look, in full disclosure, this is normally an exclusive Perth-only club.
Fair enough. Oh my gosh, I should get out of here now.
I mean, get out. No, we are excited. We are honoured. You're our first ever interstate guest. At the time of recording, you are here for Fringe Festival. How are you finding Perth?
It's lovely. We did our first show yesterday and
Sold
it
out.
was sold out, yes, and it was a blast. And the Perth crowd is really fun, I'll be honest. I've had the best time here. And I want to come here again next year, so I'm definitely going to come here next year.
Yeah. You can stay.
Yeah.
No, honestly, so honoured to have you here. Like, I am obsessed with your story. I've been telling you this off camera, but it is literally like all about creating opportunities, dreaming big, putting your hand up and going for stuff. So I am so excited that you're taking the time to talk through it today. So thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll go back to the beginning to kick things off. You were born in India. What part of India were you from?
So I'm from Kanpur in UP.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a place called Uttar Pradesh. That's what it's called. And so, but I moved to Delhi and I stayed there for a bit. And then when I was around 10, I moved to Australia because my family kind of migrated.
Yeah. What was the decision behind your parents moving to Australia?
Honestly, like my mom loved dancing and she wanted to be a dancer. And she felt like she wanted her children to be able to do whatever they wanted. And she felt like India wasn't giving her that ability to do it there. And that's just whatever in her mind was. And she was like, oh, maybe Saksham will get more opportunities in Australia potentially. And so that's one of the reasons that they wanted to also like lifestyle. Australia is great and known for its beaches and, all the cool stuff. So yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why they wanted to move and settle down in Australia.
Well, when you moved to Australia, am I right in saying you barely spoke any English?
Yeah. I couldn't speak English very well.
Yeah. How did that go? Was that isolating for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a challenge because I was in class and the teacher was like, oh, he needs to go a grade lower because and I was like, my mom was like, no, he can't actually speak. Like, he can't understand what you're saying. It's not like he's dumb. Like, he understands like the maths and stuff, but he just doesn't know what you're saying and you're saying it so fast, so he doesn't get it. And so it just took some time, but then, I got a hang of it and But I didn't go down a grade, which is good. She made sure that I was, the same level. Yeah.
Well, not speaking English is one thing, but you also moved schools like 13 times. How did that impact you as a kid?
Yes, 13 times was very fascinating because my parents were trying to find work. So I was in Melbourne, then Canberra, then Sydney. Like they were traveling eververywhere.
What did they do? What were their jobs?
So they work as a management, like in transport. So my mum used to work in transport. Like later onwards, but at that time she was kind of looking for any job really, trying to get some work. And same with my dad, he's an engineer. So, and then they were just not finding the right job for themselves. So to find the right one, they were just traveling around a little bit. And I was moving like every 3 months at school. And I was like, this is kind of crazy.
What?
So I know people like from like ages ago that just messaged me on Instagram and be like, hey, you were like 3 months in Eastwood High School.
You didn't say much.
I was like, oh my gosh. Crazy, yeah.
That's so crazy. Well, most kids when they're in school sort of find like sport, art, gaming or some kind of hobby like that. But you somehow find magic. Like how on earth did this, was like a Harry Potter thing?
I don't know. Honestly, it was kind of, I was in year 6 and for some reason like magic kind of, my mom taught me a trick and I did it at school and like people started like, oh my God, that's so cool. And they came to me and I was doing more tricks. I'm like picturing the thumb. Yeah, no, it wasn't that. It wasn't the thumb. It was like making a coin disappear. Like it was a coin disappearing trick, and it was a really cool trick. So I did that to people, and people were like, "Oh my god, that's crazy!" And then year 6, almost every guy started doing like magic tricks.
Stop it! This must have been a Sydney.
And I was like, what? And magic was so cool. Like in year 6, it was like, oh my god, like you have to do magic to become cool. Like that was a thing. I had a few people
in Western Australia.
It happened in Sydney, and it was like, and I was probably like, it was me and this other kid who was like really good at it. Like we actually like were pretty skilled. The others were just kind of like supporting and kind of like, and it was just me and this guy named Rami. He was, shout out to him.
Shout out to Rami.
So he was also really good. And then, we were doing it back then. And after that, year 7, it became really uncool. High school, it became the opposite. It was like,
why is he doing that?
Why is he, what the hell?
Why is he with the guy in the car?
Yeah, what the heck? So it was the opposite.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. So everyone stopped. Literally, everyone who did it just stopped. And I couldn't stop for some reason. I just like, it was stuck with me. It was something about like magic that just like, I couldn't stop.
Where were you like learning? Like I'm picturing, soccer, you go to like an after school training. Was there like a clique of kids that would gather around and get lessons? Like how were you learning this?
There is no clique of kids. None of that. Yeah. You don't click with anyone if you're in magic ever. So it was just on YouTube. That's how I started learning. And after that, it came to a point where I was like, okay, if I just like do the stuff that's on YouTube, then everyone would already know it because I can set shit up.
Yeah.
So that's when it was like, that's when I started seeing it as an art form.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, like how do like the older magicians like kind of come up with their tricks? Because they're not really revealed on YouTube. So like David Copperfield and David Blaine. I was like looking into that, and I was like, oh, they really come up with them just by thinking of the most impossible things and reverse engineering it and actually making it possible for an audience. So that's when I was like, okay, well, I came up with these bizarre things. Like, okay, how would, like if I was eating noodles, I was like, oh, I would just like draw a picture of noodles floating. And then, okay, how do I do that?
Stop it.
And then I would do it.
And then you just try and do it.
Yeah. And then I was trying to do it. And so you learn a lot of basics from like books and stuff and like YouTube, but then really kind of taking it one step further is like the performance aspect of it. The actual, making new illusions that have never been seen before from an audience. That's what makes it very special. And that's what kind of brought me forward with it.
So if I was to like parachute into your life as a kid during this magic obsession era, what were you like after school, like doing it to your parents? Were you like,
I mean, parents and my sister, they were my first people I would show anything to. And it would be like, that's why they knew a lot of my tricks, because they would be the first people to see it. And it's usually never done properly with them. And I'm like, fumbling or something's going wrong, and I'm like, why did that go wrong? So they would be the first people to kind of see the magic performances that I would be doing. And
what was it about magic that you love so much? Like what was it, like everyone you said else kind of dropped it and you were like, nah, not me, this is amazing. Like what was the thing?
I think it would be I really like love when like the audience reactions that I get, like when even in high school when I was performing it was so like insanely big and people were just so amazed. It was like, and I did it to an adult. If I do it to a old man, if I do it to a kid, they're all three reactions are the exact same. I don't see a difference. Like I've seen an old person react and it would be the exact same, and a kid. So I was like, I'm able to connect with so many different people through this art form and spread so much joy. And that like was like, oh, that's like, that's too much for me. I really want to do that. Like, I really want to spread that joy. And through this art form, if I can, then that's amazing.
That's so beautiful. So if I was to kind of break into your house and like take a look at your vision board when you're a kid, was being like a magician, or like what did you want to do post-school? So post-school,
I think I had there was this magician named Dynamo. I don't know if you know him.
No, I don't.
Don't know him? Okay, I went to his show. He did the show at Cutest Bank Arena.
Yeah.
So this is a huge arena, 20,000, like this is a huge arena. And I saw the show and it was like done like a concert. I watched it. I was like, oh my God, this guy is amazing. And I was like 14 at the time. I remember taking a photo like with like some cards there. And I was like, oh my God, one day I want to like play at that place. Like that would be the ultimate dream. So I think that was a big thing. And then while you're kind of growing up, you also, I feel like another thing that kind of took place was like the acting side of it, because I was like, I loved magic, but there was this another passion that was coming in, which was movies, and I really started watching a lot of movies, and I was like, and I would like look at these actors in movie screens and just like, and I started seeing my performances, they started changing. I started feeling more as like an actor doing magic in some of my performances that I was doing. I was coming up with these dialogues and I would say at the right time and it would get a crazy reaction. And I was like, oh my God. So I started memorizing lines and to make my magic even more kind of storytelling and have a new aspect to it. And so
were you doing drama at school as well?
I've never done drama at school.
You didn't do drama? Yeah. Stop it.
Yeah, I never.
Wow, this is going to be really surprising when you hear what he ends up doing. But okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I never did drama at school. And one of the reasons was I think it was the school I was at was like, it was just not like, it was not very cool. And I was like,
magic not cool, drama not cool.
Yeah, magic not cool, drama not cool. And I was like, and people would like kind of like tease you. And it was never like impacted me that much, but like doing drama with the kids who were doing it, I was like, I don't want to be a part of that group.
No.
It was just not, they were just not doing it how I would see drama to be done.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I have done like Lee Strasberg acting school in LA and so that's a very professional environment. But here we're talking like, it was very kiddish and I don't know why, and I was just not vibing it. And I was like seeing it, I was like, oh, this is just too kiddish. Like I don't want to do it like that.
But on some level on your dream board, are you saying that acting as well was
yeah. It already was. Like I think before like going into, like I did a talent show when I was 15 and I got $1,000 prize money for it.
Oh, stop.
And so that moment was like, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do Australia's Talent. That was one moment. I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. And then literally 3 years later, I did Australia's Talent.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So when you were 17 years old, you found yourself on Australia's Got Talent.
Yeah. That's when I decided to like, oh, I want to act in movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So how did whose idea was it to audition? Was that yours? Like,
it was my mom's idea.
Yeah. You love your mom.
She was like, you have great stage presence. And I think you should try, acting and do some auditions. And I was like, I don't know anything about this stuff. And she's like, you knew nothing about going on Australia's Talent and you said you would do it and you did it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but I still, like, acting is like a whole different beast.
Yeah.
Like magic is a different skill. Acting is slightly different skill. And initially I was like, oh, if I can like kind of do magic, I should be able to do acting. So I was just like, I sent some tapes in to some people for auditions, smaller stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got nothing back.
Yeah. And
I was like, okay, maybe I actually need to learn. maybe I have to like learn how to do this. And I didn't know acting required learning lines. I don't know why. I just saw the actors do it. I was like, oh, there's probably like just improving it.
Oh my God, no.
And I was
You're not the only one who thought that. I went to this audition once. It was for this show. Do you remember The Shack?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I went to an audition.
Oh, wow.
And this is so embarrassing. They sent me the script and similar to you, I didn't know you would memorize it. And I remember rocking up to the audition. I had to fly from Perth to Sydney and they're like, okay, we'll get you to do the script. And I was like, oh, do you have a copy of it? Because I didn't bring it. And they're like, a copy? Like you should have memorized it. And I was like, memorized it? It was a page long. I couldn't memorize that. Yeah. And they just looked at me and I was like, oh my God, I didn't get the job, obviously. But I had no concept of what an actor actually did.
Exactly. I was like, I have to learn lines. I have to like get it. Like I was just like, I didn't know that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was just doing it and it was not very well at the time. Like I was 17 at the time. I was trying to do some things. And I was like, I have to learn this. And my mom's like, yeah, go to some like NIDA, go to Screenwise. There's lots of different schools. So I did that like small like weekend classes while I was in university.
Wait, is this before Australia's Got Talent? Or was
this after?
Oh, wait. Okay. I want to touch on Australia's Got Talent first.
Go for it,
So at 17, you went on Australia's Got Talent.
Yes.
I actually watched your audition.
Obviously,
really? After we talked, and I haven't told you this, but it teared me up. Like watching it, I literally was like, well, because I knew the backstory. I knew about you obviously not speaking English, and then watching you on that show come in with like all the energy in the whole world and just smash it out of the park. I was like, oh my God, it like hit me right in the heart. I was like, it was honestly the most beautiful thing. You guys got to watch it, your audition. How were you before that performance, like side of stage? Because you're 17 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I was very nervous. Yeah. Like I was very nervous. And for some reason, like my parents were so confident. Like, I don't know what it is.
Because you're amazing. It was so
they were just like you as soon as you walk on, you'll be fine. And I was like, but before I was like freaking out. Like I was telling the Ricky Lee, who was the host of that show. So she was like, how are you feeling? As like part of like, she was like interviewing me. And I had no words. Like I was like, I wasn't like media trained or nothing. I was just like, I was like struggling to talk, and she was like, "Oh, he's gonna faint by the time he walks on stage." Like that's literally like because I was struggling to like I was like, oh, like I just didn't know what to say. I was like, I only know how to deal with like the crowd and that ambience. I don't know how to do this part where we're doing like or the interview section. I don't know that section yet. Yeah. I just know how to perform and do that. So that was like, and so she was like, okay, I don't know how he's gonna go up there. But she was also very supportive. So we went, I went, as soon as I went up, it was like a different vibe.
Yeah, as soon as you went up, the bit I saw, I was like, wow, this guy, the confidence.
You would have, you would have been like, holy shit. Like, but it was, I just feel like as soon as I walk on stage and I see an audience, I'm like, oh, finally, yes. What's up? Let's chill. Let's have a good time. Like, it's like a different vibe.
Okay, yeah. And how far did you end up going with that show?
So I did the auditions and I was going to be doing the next round as well, but my exams for HSC were like at the exact same time.
Stop it.
And it was kind of like an interesting thing where I had my act ready for the next one, but like my English paper was on that same day as the recording of that. So it was kind of like an English paper. If you don't do that paper, it's like you don't get your ATAR.
And also you have Indian parents. My dad's Indian. So
I
feel that they would have been like, get the grades.
So I mean, no, my parents also like, the thing was I actually got an opportunity to do America's Talent next year because like from that audition. That didn't end up happening because of COVID. Like literally the year after. But I did have that like, and I got an email from the producers from America's Talent like, oh, we saw your AGT audition. It went viral. People are talking about it. Like there were a lot of reviewers making notes. Oh, this is how he did it. This is how he didn't do it, and figuring things out. And so it was like a big buzz of like that audition, this one audition act. Yeah. And I was like, oh, like I'll do it. I'll do it next year. That's fine. I'll do my HSC. And I started. I did really well in my ATAR as well. Like I wasn't like a bad student. I did really well. So
also you didn't then go through the rest of it. But was that sort of like still in itself, just like the reaction from the crowd? It did absolutely blow up online. Was that a seed plant moment where you were like, okay, this thing could be possible? Yes,
definitely. Yeah, it was kind of like it was a big moment. It was definitely like a life-changing moment. That moment really made me feel like, oh, I can, because I watched myself on TV for the first time.
It's
and
incredible.
We don't get to see it in AGT. You don't get to see like what it looks like before. You just get to see it on TV with everyone. And so what I saw was...
Who were you watching it with? Were you with your family?
Oh yeah, my family. Yeah,
this
family.
is so cute.
And so we were watching it and we were watching it for the first time. We just know it's going to be on today.
Yeah.
And we saw like the acts before, like it's like they looked really bad. Like it was like getting red bars and all that. I knew I got like through. Yeah. But it was still like, I just hope they edit it like right and they don't like... You just never know how things are.
Oh no, they can make things
they can make things look back. Even like 4 yeses can look really bad if it's not rightly edited. And then I look at it and I'm like, what?
I dominated.
That was sick.
That was so good.
I did that? Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it when I was watching it. I watched it so many times. I was like, oh my God.
And I was like, and I realized how much larger than life screen makes you look. That was the first time seeing myself on screen. And I was like, oh wow, I don't look that ugly. I don't look that like bad. I actually look fine. I was like, sweet, I could do that. That was definitely like a kind of a moment.
Well, so you've got this high of Australia's Got Talent, and then in seemingly a kind of a plot twist, after school you take a slightly more sensible route and go to uni and study, was it marketing and media?
Yeah, I did marketing and media there.
Yeah, was like that, I mentioned like I've got my dad's Indian. Was that a decision for you or for your parents?
My parents always wanted me to do a uni degree, so that was definitely there. Yeah. And they were like, it'll help you in your career. That's kind of what they said as well. They were like, it is a backup plan, but it also will help you in your career because your career is a lot about basically marketing. Like if you're in the movie business or if you're in the show business, at the end of the day, ticket sales are important. So if
they got you. They were selling this uni idea to you.
Yeah, they were. I was like, oh wow, that's probably right. He's like, if you want to be an actor, you should be able to market yourself and then, get people to theaters. And so there's things like that. And I was like, that is true. That is fully true. So yeah, I did a marketing degree. And while I was doing that, she was like, you can do your classes and stuff and keep at it, keep at everything you're doing. And uni was not too hard for me because I would go 2 days a week and it was during COVID as well. So I was like 6 months at home. So it was pretty chill as long as I was like, P's get degrees. So that's kind of what it was. And I did well in uni as well. It wasn't like I did bad, but still.
I was going to say, you also landed like 2 dream internships. You got TikTok and Paramount. Yeah. Like the absolute dream. Like TikTok in my mind is like, I have this fantasy about like Google, YouTube, TikTok of being like the coolest places to work where there's like trampolines in the break room. Like, what was the vibe working at TikTok?
So I worked at TikTok during COVID.
No!
Yeah.
As you were saying that, I was like, I think he's was there. Oh, okay.
So that was, I went to the office once, but that too as a creator, not even as an intern. Oh, okay. I was as a TikTok creator invited there. But I met some great people. So I remember my managers there and like the team and I still am very close with them as well. Like one of the heads of TikTok, she's now a producer in film. Oh. So we connected and we're still connected till this day. Did
it change, I guess, the way you thought about anything creatively being like that close to the engine room, say like TikTok?
In terms of what do you mean creative?
Like I mean, because they're like at the hub of like creating all this content, like being in there and seeing what they do behind the scenes. Because I know you're already blowing up on TikTok.
I was in the marketing team. And we were coming up with a lot of like how do we make a live stream show? How do we do TikTok awards? How do we do all those things? Oh, okay. So it was kind of, that's the area I was in. Like, this is, the TikTok awards streaming time. What's the content programming at that time?
Oh, so you don't have the secret of how to make a viral video for us?
No. I mean, I have made multiple viral videos myself. But but not like there's no secret. Okay. They don't even know that's a thing. Even TikTok itself doesn't know any secret. They don't know. There's no secret to it.
Okay, well, that's a secret. No one knows.
No one knows. Like I remember doing this video with my sister, and it was this really weird video. It got 100 million views on TikTok. Okay, and I was like, that blew up. Like, why did that blow up? And I was like, I didn't even like that video as much. Yeah, but it just blew up, and my account just went booming. And then I was like, oh, I'll do another video, and then the next video didn't do as well. Yeah, and I was like, there is no secret. There is no logic. It is just very random. You're going to
reveal the secret for us today. That's why we're having this exclusive chat.
There's no secret to it.
Well, tell us about Paramount because, am I right, you were obviously in a similar role in doing a marketing internship there. But did you get to work on Top Gun? Is that right?
Yes, I got to work on Top Gun Maverick and Smile, the horror movie, while I was there. So when I was on Smile, they came up with this campaign where people were smiling in stadiums and different parts of thing, and it was like created like reels with it. It's like creepily smiling at like strangers, and that was the marketing campaign, and that was really fun to be a part of and kind of understand how that works, how media buying happens, how a movie is made, but then how is it actually made commercially successful? That was a whole new angle, and so I remember going up to each kind of team member from marketing to sales teams to even the head of Paramount, Brian. So I remember going up to him.
Head of Paramount, Brian. Yeah. Just casual, this guy.
Yeah. No. But I remember going up because they were very nice. And they still like follow me on LinkedIn and they're always in touch. So I remember going up to everyone and I was like, oh, like, what are you guys looking to movies? Like, what are you looking for? And I made like a list of things that each team is like looking for, like from the PR to the media to the marketing. And I remember I still have that list of like, oh, these are the things that they kind of look for in movies, like a hook or like a heart in the story and different things. And that really helped to create my own work, like Unknown Filter. That was like okay, I need to put this in my own work. Yeah. I need to use these marketing strategies in my own work.
Oh, your mum and dad were right.
Yeah.
Thank you, mum and dad.
Yep. Well, yeah, Unknown Filter wouldn't have happened if the marketing of that was not right. Because Screen Australia really looks at like the overall package and how you're packaging the product.
Well, I want to talk about that now. So, you're at uni, you've got these dream internships, the plate is full, but you decide there is clearly room for dessert and you get this idea to start applying for funding to places like Screen Australia, Screen New South Wales. What did you want that funding for? It was just...
So initially I was kind of like, I was not getting many acting opportunities at that time. And I did do Home and Away. That was one thing I did. It was a guest role.
The goal.
Yes, I did Home and Away. And it was I'll tell you the process of how I got that actually.
Okay, yeah.
So I forgot the casting director that casted me for this specific one, but I went into casting and they were casting for a Macca's commercial and I was meant to play a tradie.
You were meant to play a tradie.
Yes.
Stop it.
And so I was like, clearly I was not.
You're not a tradie.
Yeah, I'm not a tradie looking at all. So I was like, I did the audition and it was like, no, definitely. That's not happening. And then at the time it was like I knew they were casting for Home and Away because I realized I saw it on the thing. I was like, oh, they're casting for that. So I remember just mentioning that, hey, like if there's anything, I'd love to audition for it. And while I was just exiting, because I was like, I know this is clearly not.
I know I'm not trained.
Yeah, I know that you're not going to task me for this. You're looking for this huge dude, and that is not me. So, yeah, literally the next day I got a call saying that, hey, like, because I did the Macca's thing, and you know, there's still lines involved in that. They still like auditioned me for that thing.
So they had you on tape.
They had me on tape already, and I showed interest for Home and Away and this thing, anything that pops up. Yeah. So they just directly said that, hey, would you like to do a guest role in Home and Away as a character named Jake who does this and this, and I was like, this is awesome. Yeah. So that's how I kind of got that. And I did that. So and that was my only acting gig I'd done. But I was like, oh, I want to do bigger things than that. So then,
you wanted funding.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, the only way to do this is like writing my own work.
Because no one's going to give me a go. I'm just going to have to.
Yeah, I just have to do it myself.
I love where your brain goes.
So that's why I wrote lots of different projects, and I pitched it out for funding, and I got rejected.
Yeah. How many times did you get rejected?
Like at least 5-6 times. Yeah, solid times. Like getting like for different things, for different applications, different projects. Yeah.
And for people who don't understand this application, it's not an easy thing to do. There's quite a lot of work involved in it. There's a lot of work,
yeah.
Right? Like how long?
The applications for any government funding stuff, it is pages on pages, like 20, 30, 40 pages easily. And then you're expected to have a full script that is professionally written. You're expected
Was this the days before ChatGPT as well?
Yeah, this is back in the day. No ChatGPT, nothing. Yeah. So yeah. Oh my God, I feel old now. This is days before ChatGPT. I was
like, how did that even
19.
Work?
Yeah.
How did you even do that?
Yeah. So no ChatGPT. You just you know, you have to write yourself.
Wow.
And I've never written anything. So
yeah, okay.
For me to write anything,
because to time frame people on this, you're about 20 years old. You're still in uni.
Yeah.
So now you're like.
I was 19 when I was writing. Yeah, 19.
Old.
Yeah.
Far out.
At that time, so it was like. Never written anything, so and that's why you learn skills. So you're like, how do you write stuff? So you go on. I did this thing, masterclass. I don't know if you know it. There's like Stranger Things director and writer. They go through and tell them their process.
I've seen the ads come up on YouTube. I'm like, who would ever do that?
Yeah, so I did. Yeah, I did all of them. I did Samuel L. Jackson's masterclass, Natalie Portman. I did.
Oh my God,
all
are they
of
good?
them. Oh, they're great.
Okay,
I found a lot of value in everything. So I learned a lot from that because I was like, they're geniuses. Samuel L. Jackson, Natalie Portman. And they have really good processes of their acting methods. And I would just write. And if you're actually very seriously listening to them, you learn a lot.
I'm going to do it. You've inspired me.
Yeah, you should do it.
Okay,
it is.
Do it. So that taught you how to write the script?
Yeah, that taught me how to kind of write the script and what to kind of do. And I'd never done any script writing before.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because like, where on earth did you get the confidence? You're 20 years old, you're at uni, you haven't technically worked in the industry to be knocking on a door like Screen Australia. Like, where did that come from?
It just came from like, I didn't know how, like the thing was after I got it, I realized how many people like apply for that stuff.
Yes,
and how many people actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You
just do it because you
really
just like,
wanted it.
You just really want it and you don't really think it through like too much. You just like apply for it. What's the worst thing? You get rejected. I've already got rejected 6 times. That doesn't matter anymore. So you just like, I don't care.
Hey,
like
it's me again.
Yeah. Like it doesn't matter. Yes, it feels bad when your project gets rejected because it's like, oh, you worked really hard for it. So you did it, and then Unknown Filter got selected, and it was like, oh my God, this is.
How did you find out it got selected? Like, was it a phone call?
Yeah, it was a phone call. So this lady named Louise, she gave me a call, and she's from Screen Australia. So she was like, hey, so you've been selected for this Skip Ahead initiative, and you've got the Screen Australia funding for this project, and this is. And I was like.
What was your reaction?
I was so like in awe that at that time so my mom actually owns a childcare now, so I'll explain why that is related. But so I was in a childcare and I was helping my mom with some stuff while I got this call. And so when I got this call, I like put it down and I was like, because I didn't say much on the call. Yeah. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I got X amount of money to make this. And then she was like she didn't believe me. She was like, I think you should. But then I was like, then she's like, are you sure? And then I was like, I'm not 100%. I have to double check. Like I don't know if I heard the numbers right. I don't know if I heard, like I have to triple check now. I didn't know.
So did you call her back?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think I called back the next day or something like that, or wrote an email, something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
To double check that, hey, like, so how much was that funding again?
Yeah.
What is this? What happens next?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this is what happens next, and this is this. And until I got a written email, my mom didn't believe
Yeah,
it.
you can't celebrate that.
Yeah. She wasn't until the money actually came. Nothing.
She was
Nothing was
are we allowed
celebratory.
to know how much it was? Or it was just a lot?
I think it's on the website. It was like 137K. I think that's online. Yeah.
At 19 or 20 years old?
I think I was turning 20 at the time. I was just 20.
Oh my gosh. Like for a kid who had moved to Australia, didn't speak the language, how much did that mean for you?
It was pretty crazy. At that time, I was like, oh, great, to retire now. But no, that was production funding. So it was for the crew. It was for the team making the project. And, you don't make much out of it.
No.
It's more of going into the project. And I'm all for that, putting into work, getting creatives working, making new relationships with amazing people. That was, and the experience to do everything. Like producing it.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that. So the project was called Unknown Filter. Watched it, huge fan, loved it. I've told you this way too much on camera, so I won't say it too many times now. But like, you had never produced something of this scale with like 137,000, obviously. Like, what was step one? Were you like back on YouTube, like looking at another?
No, so the step one was that like, I make YouTube videos with like $100.
Yeah.
Like it's done so cheap. And I have friends helping me out and like that. So the first thing was actually understanding that, okay, now I have to work with proper award rates. I have to be working with these certain kind of people who are professionals for this. I can't just and it is a level up. They are investing, like Screen Australia or any government funding is investing in you. So then the people around you can uplift themselves, and you as a creative can also uplift and help others in the process. That's what it is for. So, and that recognizing that was the first thing. Understanding it. Okay, this is...
I've got to have a good team around me.
Having a good team around me, making good work, so then Australian content could stand out on the big screen in the future, and we can do bigger projects. That was the goal. So when that is the goal, you get a great team. I got Enzo, who's a great director, Fung, who's a great cinematographer, got my team.
Did your mum, I heard your mum...
Yeah, she helped me.
She was part of the team.
Yeah. My mum was in the finance, because she did finance as well, so she was... basically a producer who helped me out.
Your mum is like MVPing in this story right now.
Yeah. She's pretty, she's pretty up there.
And how did the filming go? Was it like, obviously when I imagine there would have been this huge excitement, like when you got the funding and you finally got it after all those applications, did you ever have any sort of imposter syndrome creep in where you were like, oh, hang on a sec, I've, just turned 20. I'm still at uni. I haven't technically worked in the role. Or were you kind of just...
Not really. I just didn't...
Like, whatever.
Yeah, no, I've never had that imposter syndrome at all. I've always felt like when I talk to like even, directors, producers, I've always gone in with like passion and they see it. And that I don't need to kind of be like, I don't know. Because I always clearly say that, it's my first time doing it. If I do anything wrong, just let me know. And I will try my best to, and I always try to make them feel at ease and make them feel what they're comfortable as well. Because I was producing it. So I was like, I need my team to feel very strong while we make this project together. So.
Yeah, I think what I love about this Screen Australia little chapter is that you don't wait for permission. Like you're 20 years old, you're at uni, you haven't technically had all the experience, but you're like, I want that, I'm going for it, the time is now, and you like dive in. I guess if anyone's listening and they have a dream that they really want, but they're like, oh, technically I need to have done that role, and I've spoken to that person, I'll just wait. Do you have any advice for them on kind of not waiting for that permission and going up?
Yeah, this has been me as well. Like even for like right now we're doing the Australia tour. Technically I should have just done one show in Sydney first and see if it sells out. That in the ideal world, I should be doing that. That's what's financially more sensible to do. Yeah. But just going like, no, we're just going to go big, or like, that's what we're going to do. Yeah. That's kind of what it was. Yeah. And that's been my attitude from day one. It's like, okay, either we go crazy or we just, and go crazy with sensibility, not just like, we're not like, going crazy, but also with like sensibilities. Okay, this is the finance. This is managing everything that. So it's always been going crazy. Like what's the highest level? Like what are the stars? And then you reach the moon. That's kind of the approach to things. Like let's try to get the stars, and I know I won't get there, but we'll get the moon at least.
It's so
while
cool.
Going for it.
No, it's honestly so inspirational. So it's time to publish Unknown Filter.
Yes.
How were you feeling before you published it? Like what were your expectations on how well it would do?
I honestly, obviously there was a lot of, we worked so hard for it, like months of color grading, editing. So I've been in the editing room with the editor. I've just been so involved deeply in everything, every part of it. And I also felt like responsibility of it. Like it was this kind of scary feeling when it just went live. And I was like, oh, it's just live.
Yeah.
And then when it went live, I kind of like detached myself with it. Because when you're too attached to it, it can affect you, the viewership, everything can affect you. So I just let it live and let the audience like just see it and enjoy it. And it did well. Like people really like, I saw the comments coming. I was like, oh, this is great. I sent Screen Australia. We went on TV to promote it. Like people were actually coming in more. They were like, oh, this is awesome. And so I just kind of detached myself to it once it's released. And I'm just like, okay, let it live. And yeah, I haven't watched it myself for a while.
Oh my God,
yeah.
stop. I've watched it like 3 times.
So yeah, it was, yeah, I just like left it to live because it was really hard to kind of be attached with it.
Oh yeah. But
or else
so,
you're just thinking about that and not the next thing.
well, like how long was it before you were like, though, okay, this thing is like blown up and this has got some real momentum under it? Like,
I think it was when all the episodes had launched, I was like, oh, this is really good. Like we got some great viewership on it and everyone's really happy with how it's doing. And I was like, okay, what's next? Like, how can we like really like, I was like, oh, we can really like make this go. Can we go further with it? Can we make a film out of it? Like all those ideas are just like bubbling in my head at that time. And so, yeah, we started writing some stuff for that project. That didn't end up happening because I was like, I think it's best living as a series. I don't think it can do a film. So that just stayed as it was. But it was like creatively, my mind was like, okay, I am now capable to go for a movie.
oh,
Like I know the skills that are required to make this, and those skills can help me to do like 6 different things.
it's like training.
Yeah, it was training for me.
It's training
a
that
training
you
ground.
absolutely blew up and smashed out of the park, because you're not saying it, but since your YouTube following has grown to like
Yeah.
5.73 million, which
Yeah.
is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, to circle back to what we were saying before with you coming into the country, not speaking English, then you're at uni, you're not even had the experience, then you get the funding, then you
Yeah.
create the thing and it totally blows up. Like how special was that?
It was special, definitely. Yeah, my family was very proud. They were like, they couldn't believe it. It was such a big moment. But I've always, this is just me maybe, but like every time I've done something, it's always been what's next.
Oh, I am the same.
And it's like, I've just like let it go. I'm like, yeah, that happened. Great. But now like what's next? And how can we do something better?
Yeah.
And how can the creatives I work with, we can give them a better like platform as well.
We
like
are so
that's
similar.
kind of,
I'm
what?
always what's next. And my mentor, Bonnie, she's like, no. And she just drills into me that I've got to celebrate things more. Like, are you good at
Yeah.
celebrating things? Like, did you acknowledge like how well it did? Or were you just like, let's
I'm not very good at celebrating.
Yeah,
I
you need-
I need to. I really need to actually.
You do.
Yeah, like after last night, I should be crazy celebrating.
He literally
But-
sold out his first show.
the first
last
show ever in
night.
Perth. So yeah, it was a big moment. You know, it was
Yeah.
definitely a big moment. But I think I was so tired by the end of
Yeah.
it that I'm like, I don't have the energy to
No.
celebrate at this point. I just want to get ready for today's podcast and also,
Yeah.
you know, the show at the end of the day and just like be in my body and make sure that everything goes smoothly. Because if you celebrate too much, then you lose control of what you're actually doing, especially on stage, because it is very complex. Like it looks pretty smooth, but there's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
yeah.
So congratulations, obviously, on Unknown Filter. To bring us back to the story, you were still at uni at this time.
Yes.
Only 20 years old. So you nailed that. And then you graduated uni and you sort of had this dream pathway lined up with Paramount. Pretty much the job was yours if you wanted it.
Yeah, but I didn't do
You
that.
didn't
Yeah.
take it. And so you made a big decision to go to LA. Like, what was the decision behind LA?
That was, as a kid, you're like, oh, you want to act in movies? You should go to LA. It was kind of like that.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I saw this acting school that a lot of famous actors had went to, which was Lee Strasberg. I didn't know anything about it, and I auditioned for it because you have to actually audition to get
like
into.
pre-send a tape.
Yeah, you have to send
Okay.
some stuff. So I sent some tape, and I had very strong credits, even while sending credit. Like I had Home and Away, I had the series I made. And I had one more project, which is a film called Companion, which was produced by Dev Patel.
Oh, name drop.
So,
Maybe
and that was one scene. I had one scene
so
in that movie.
You own it. You take
But
that.
I had that scene, you know. So I was like, okay, that's credit. That's a credit in a movie. So that's what my thing was. So I got that pretty easily. The audition process, I got it with my credits and the audition.
And so was that like was it 3 months, 4 months?
It was 4 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so you go to America, and this is like one of my favorite parts of your story. You decide you need an agent, and these pesky agents are like super hard to get a hold of. So
Yeah,
you
they are
go
hard.
through this like phase of gate crashing parties. Like, can
Yeah.
you tell us about that?
So basically what happened was when I went to LA, I'd reached out to a lot of managers and agents just from Australia. And there was a few of them that they actually came back to me. And it was on Instagram, like DM. It was on a DM.
Hey, professional. Yeah.
Great professional. And they didn't say, here's my email, send an email. So I did do that. So I did get some back. And so I was like really happy. I was like, oh God, I got some messages back. Great.
Yeah.
So I go there, and then I started doing the school, which is 5 days a week. And so I only had Saturday, Sunday to actually kind of network and do all that. But I was also like very like in the first week, I went to the Grammys after party.
What?
And it was insane how I got here. It was like, I don't know how I specifically, but someone from the school knew someone, and I did magic tricks at that school. And so then he was like, oh, he does magic. And I did magic to the security guards at that place. And they were like, I just pretended that I'm doing magic at this party, which I'm not meant to be at. And yeah, I just went inside.
And then you got in?
Yeah, I got inside because I was doing magic tricks, and they were like, oh, he's
He's
of course.
legit.
Yeah,
no
he's
one
of
else
course.
can.
Yeah, no one can do that. I made this like a can of Coke appear from some guy's shoe, and I did some weird stuff, and people were like, oh, this is sick. Yeah, like, let him in. Yeah, he's legit. So I went in, and I was like awestruck. Like I was like, the people who were there,
Like, who was there? Everyone.
like literally everyone. So I was like, the first person I met who actually like came to me. And I came to him. I didn't keep him to me. So I went up to him, and I saw him. I was like, this is David Dobrik. I don't know if you know him. So I was like, hey, David. I just went up to him. And then he looks back, and he's like, hi. And I was like, and I was very awestruck. Like my eyes were like, oh my God. Like, I've been following you for such a long time. This and that. I showed him my channel. I just did some instant tricks with him. We recorded it on camera. I just asked him, Rando, to hold this camera. Let's record something. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And then I was like, can I get your number? He was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, what?
Straight in.
Yeah. That was like 10 minutes in that party. I was like, okay, great. I have David Dobrik's number now. That's awesome. So that was the first thing. And then he introduced me to some of his friends.
Wow.
So I've met, FaZe Bank, some of like Logan Paul's kind of Mike and those guys. And I was like, holy shit, like, where am I?
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy.
You have the worst poker face, so I'm imagining you literally like.
Yeah. I was, and they could see it. They could see this kid just like, where is he?
Yeah.
And it was a very intense party. Like, it was crazy. Like, we were at this crazy luxury mansion, and there was a Back to the Future car just casually there, and it was a pool, and then you could see the Hollywood sign from it. It was like a dream moment. I was like, where the frick am I? Like, this is crazy. But my mind at the time was just like, try to find an agent, trying to network, trying to like do all those things. I was not like, let's party. Like, I was not like that. In my brain, I was like, okay, I need to like, work.
Yeah.
It was like work for me. It didn't.
So you legitimately did some magic tricks and worked your way around the
Yeah.
party?
Yeah. That's literally what I did. And so that was a great first week. And you don't get that first week just like that. It was a lot of finding around and sneaking in. And I realized, okay, if I can do it once, then
You can keep doing it.
I can do it twice.
So then is
So
that what
I
you
did it
basically
again.
did every weekend?
Yeah, I did it. There was another weekend. There was Mark Wahlberg was launching some whiskey brand or something like that. And there was an event happening, and there was a line to actually see him. You can line up and see him. So I lined up, and I always talk to people on the line. So I was just casually talking to the guy who's next to me, and he's an older dude. I was just casually chatting. He was like, oh, what are you here for? I was like, this and this and that. I'm doing this. And then he was like, oh yeah, I'm head of Universal Studios. I was like, okay. Oh, wow. Didn't expect that.
Why are you on the line?
And he was like, oh, do you want to like, and I showed him a trick as well. Before that, he said anything. I was like, do you want to come into, so Wahlberg we have a special table inside.
Stop.
I was like, this is sick. So you just end up in that special table, and then you see him and you start doing tricks to him, and you go there and you're like, oh man. And then the Universal guy is really sweet. We're still friends.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, like, do you like mountain biking? I was like, yeah, I love it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I would love to do it.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you should come. Like, let's do mountain biking next week. So I went mountain biking with some guy I'd never really ever met. And so you just kind of like things just start flowing.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting an agent and a manager by the end of the whole trip. But it was very smooth because I was very open. I was never like, and I was never trying to like hustle to trying to like, it was never negatively anything, because there is a way to do networking badly. And I have seen that in LA.
But I feel like you were adding value, right?
I was always like adding value, and also, magic is something that makes people happy, and that's what my goal has always been. It doesn't matter who it is. So for me, it was like, yeah, I'll do it to anyone. It doesn't matter. Even if it's in the line waiting for something, or anyway, it was like, I enjoy it. And at that time I was like very into magic as well. So crazy everywhere, doing it everywhere. So it was a great experience. Got a manager there in LA.
Strategy worked.
Strategy worked.
Clearly.
Yeah, it was a great strategy. And Lee Strasberg was really, the school was great. The school, the 5 days I went, I learned how to actually act. Before that, I felt like I didn't know, to be honest. I've done like Screenwise Night. I've done a lot of things. But when I went to that school and I met a very specific teacher named MJ, she still helps me till this day for my audition tapes. That's when it was like, okay, now I actually have a grasp on how I can do certain scenes. Yeah. And it is method acting. So it is very deep. It is very sensitive work. Okay. And when you're doing that sensitive work, it's very emotional. You open up a lot to your teachers, and it is very therapeutic as well. It's almost like therapy sometimes, because you're in this dark room, and you close your eyes and you're really feeling like your dog is passing away, for instance. And you feel that, and you try to put that same experience into the script, or like a happy moment in your life. And so then anything that you do on screen doesn't feel fake. It's real, because it is real.
So is that what you do when you get a script? You close your eyes and you imagine it actually happening?
There's a lot of things I do. So when we get a script, the first thing is just learn the lines.
Yeah.
So just do that, and then just remember it. That's the first thing.
How do you do your do you have any tips with memory recall?
I'm really bad at memory. I'm really bad at line read. Yeah, that's like that's the one thing I'm like, I just don't like. I'm pretty good at it in terms of like, once I've remembered it,
it's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
And if it needs to change, like I started the movie, I had to change a lot, like on the spot. The director's like, new lines.
Yeah.
I can still do that because it's new lines. It's fresh. I can read it and just go. That's fine. And if it's like lines improv, that's even better.
Yeah.
That's great. But when it's lines and you like a day is like, it takes me time to remember. That's one thing I'm not very good at. It just takes me time to remember these lines.
So what will you do though to try and remember them? Do you just read it on repetition?
Yeah, just like one like that, look, and then peek again. Okay, say it again, peek again.
So high tech.
Yeah. It's not very high tech. It's just, that.
The podcast listeners, what Saksham was doing was covering his hand and lifting it up, and covering his hand and lifting it up.
Yes, covering my hand and lifting up the the paper. The line on it.
That's actually crazy.
So that's how I would learn the lines.
That's actually you do them.
Yeah.
Because I have to memorize a lot of stuff that I do, but I'll do like, I'll say it, and then I'll try and get to a point where I say it really fast, and then I'll like put my favorite song on and then try and say it to my favorite song, and then I draw pictures next to it.
Whoa. This is crazy.
No, but I haven't been in a Hollywood Blockbuster, so
no, but that is still. I'm like, how my brain would go way like I'll be listening, because when I listen to music, I get into a different ambience.
Oh no, you've got to try it though. So what I do is so depending on what the event that I got to host is, I'll get my script and I'll match it to a song that is the energy I want to be in for that event, and then I'll record myself on WhatsApp with that song in the background, and I'll go for a walk and listen to my speech back on the walk. So I'm listening to myself say it almost like I'm like feeding it back into my mind. But I try so many different things. I was hoping you had some genius thing to add, but this whole lifting the hand thing is so basic.
Yeah, that's
maybe I'll try it though. It might save me a bit of time.
That is the most basic thing that I do. And
so then what else do you do for like what did the method?
Oh yeah, the actual part where that is like the need. What are the motivations of the character? What does it feel like? If it was an animal, the character, what would it look like? What is that animal? Okay, take that animal in your body, do that work. Feel that. Okay, then say these lines when you're doing utensils or cleaning something. Just say it while you're shuffling cards. Just say it, so then it's so in you that it's a part of your body and language.
Yeah, okay.
And then the accent, what's the accent it's at? And then the most important one, which is sense memory work, which basically is the one when you close your eyes, you do relaxation with your body and just relax yourself in this chair and let's say like in the scene, like my father, like, I don't want to spoil the movie, but
spoil the movie.
yeah,
Whoa,
of course.
no.
Yeah, but like something bad is happening or something, and you would visualize a moment in your life that is truly that bad, or a moment in your life that it's truly you felt shameful or something that you really connect with. Yeah. And you just sit in a room for an hour and you try to feel that moment in terms of like if it was like a certain object or someone's touch that makes you go back to that place. So like people feel different, right? So you can feel that and go back to it. And that really helps to, you know, like experience what that is on your body. If that's shame, if that's sadness, if that's happiness, whatever that is. And then when that goes into the lines, it's just real.
Whoa.
There is no acting.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
For my event. That might be like next level prep for it. They'll be like, wow, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, because every line feels personal.
Yeah.
And
And what
it
if you
feels
haven't
deep.
experienced something that you're having to act out? Like, how do you then generate those feelings? Like,
Wait, say that again, sorry.
So say like you have to do something like it's like in the film and it's like really traumatic or something and you don't have anything equivalent.
I mean, that's
to that.
mostly me. Like I'll explain that. So I have not had many traumatic experiences. So for me, it is like, but what is a traumatic experience? Like I still have, like it might be in the film, it might be crazy. Like someone's freaking getting stabbed and getting cut up and everything,
And
right?
you're
And you're seeing that. And obviously I've never seen that in real life. But what is something that would make me feel the same way as something like that? And then you go back and I'm like, I've seen like this rat getting cut up in this video on YouTube. And I was like, that brings me that same effect, for instance. So I would think about that. I would watch those kind of videos and stuff to get into that kind of mood to be able to see that.
There you go.
So there is ways around it. It is best when it's personal, when it is truly like someone you love, those are very strong emotions. And they are very good.
You could do a lot of the heartbreak scenes.
You could do a lot of them.
Yeah, like all
Great.
the time. Always.
Yes, awesome.
I'd be really good at those.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Okay, so back into the story. You've got your agent from your hustling at the parties. You come back to Australia because you've done your acting course. It was only 4 months. And you sort of go through this season of auditions. And then you kind of hinted at it just then. But one audition comes in your email and it's for Ice Road Vengeance, starring a guy called Liam Neeson, whatever, no big deal. You send in your audition tape. And am I right in saying you heard back nothing for like 8 months or something?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't think it was 8, it was like 6 but like a long time.
A long time.
I was told I was in the, what's it called?
The pool?
Yeah, like the pool of people who could be cast.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it didn't get much. And then later onwards, I kind of forgot about like it completely. So I auditioned for something else and I got that part. It was in Last King of the Cross and Paramount Plus series.
Oh, wow.
So that was going to be shooting at the same time as Ice Road. And I came to a point where I had to pick one. And I was like, this is so sad. I'm finally doing I was like, yes, I'm doing this great project. And you know, it was an Australian project and I was very excited for it. And then,
Ice
this
Road came through.
Yeah.
How did Ice Road come through? Was that another phone call or is that an email or?
That was an email, but I didn't see the email. My mom saw that email.
Your mum is like, this is her story.
She saw that email and I was with my friend in the train, like at night. We were hanging out, going somewhere. And so she calls me and she's like, check your email. And I was like, I was tired. I just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
Like I was like late night. I'm just tired. Then I just checked my email. I was like, whoa.
And this is the email that said, you got it.
Yes.
Stop it.
This was my agent saying that you've got the part.
With Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
in this
And it was at
podcast.
midnight. That email was sent at midnight. Because maybe it was from LA. I don't know why the reason was. So it was sent at midnight, or maybe my agent in Australia sent, because it came to him at midnight, so he just instantly sent it, whatever it was. So I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh. And I told my friend Riley, he was just like literally opposite me. I was like, bro, I got this movie. And he was like, what movie? And I was like, this is that. and then the first thing that came to my mind was like, okay, I haven't read the full script of the film. I was like, I've only done the scenes of that are like, you get like side scenes.
Yeah,
You don't
okay.
get the main scenes.
Yeah.
So I've done 3 side scenes. So I know that
That was what you did in the audition.
Yeah, audition. So I know that these 3 scenes I have in the movie, but do I have more scenes than that?
Yeah.
Or am I only
How
in these
big
3?
is this role?
How
Like,
big is this truly?
Am I going to be next to Liam?
Yeah,
am
I get to talk to him or not? Like what's the situation like?
Yeah.
And then so then I get the script sent the next day.
Yeah.
And then I look at it and I do Command F and I write my character's name, VJ. And I see it and I'm like, first 10 pages, he's there. And then I see the end and I'm like, whoa, he's at the end.
Okay.
And I see how many times it's written.
Spoiler alert, sorry.
Yeah. And I see how many times it's written in the script. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, Liam is saying his name as well.
Yes. Wow. I was like, this is like a proper film. Like I'm actually a part of it and I'm a very big part of like the story of the actual story of it. And I was like, this is crazy.
This in context, you were coming off the back of Home and Away role and the one line or one scene.
Yeah. One scene, not one line. One scene.
Oh, was it one scene?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Don't let me take that from you.
Maybe 2 scenes. One scene and like one line. Yeah.
And then you're jumping into, I feel like, was it this like a multi-million-dollar blockbuster?
Yeah, it was like $30-40 million, $50
$40 million
maybe.
blockbuster, action thriller with Liam Neeson, with your name all over the screen.
Yes.
Like, what was that moment like? Were you just...
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know how to feel. I was very happy.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, like, what does this actually mean? Like, I don't know why. I was just thinking, like, is this like real? Like, what does it actually look like?
Yeah.
But yeah, I got this, but where are we doing this? What does it look like?
Were you allowed to tell anyone? Were you on like an NDA?
Yeah, I was on an NDA.
Okay.
So only Riley knew and my parents. But other than that, no one knew what I was doing. And so I was kind of like, I couldn't tell anyone, which is a bit of a, like, what the hell? Like,
wow, you
this
just
sucks.
kind of disappeared. Okay, so what was that filming process like? Like, what kind of prep do you have to do for a Hollywood blockbuster?
The first thing I did was I reached out to my teacher, MJ. I told her, I was like, this is the script. This is what I'm doing. Train me. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this. I just don't know. These are, there's some really emotional scenes in there. I don't know how I'm going to do them. I just don't feel confident right now. I mean, I feel confident, but I'm like, I just need you to help me with this.
Also, to frame it for audiences, you've got an accent in this film. It's a Nepalese accent. So you're not even, you've got that element as well.
Yes. And so my normal accent is this. Yeah. And I was in the other accent. So it was kind of like, yes, I have to do the accent stuff as well. But then the first thing I did was like the actual acting.
Yeah.
So I went on Zoom calls. She's in LA. So I went on Zoom calls and we did like 4 or 5 sessions where we just did key moments and then just try to get into the character and really feel every beat of it. And then I remember she made me like this roadmap because it's never shot in order, the film. So you need to know what happened like the scene before.
Yeah.
In order to actually be able to do the scene like after you, because it's never shot in order. Like the ending is shot first. But like it's always like that.
Yeah.
So she made this kind of map that, okay, if you're doing randomly this scene, this would be good to like the music to listen to, or like this feels something like this, or remember the sense memory work we did with this, do that here, just before you're on set or something. So all of that was there.
Like a physical map.
Yeah, it was like a proper map, like a proper like paper.
What
yeah,
a great idea.
Yeah, I know. And she gave it to me. I was like, this is so good.
This is great.
This is great.
Treasure map on set.
Yeah, like a treasure map. I'll tell you what, I didn't actually use the treasure map on set because we don't have time to use it. And that's the truth of it. Like it's such a crazy schedule shooting for a movie like this. And I'm very open about this. This was almost done. Like we only had 1 take for most of the scenes.
Yeah, I want to get to that.
This is like we're doing it so quickly.
Which is surprising because I just assumed when you'd have like a multi-million-dollar operation that it'd be like, have another take.
No, it's the opposite.
It's like you just nailed
it. It is because it's multi-million-dollars. There's a lot on set and it's big stunts happening. So you can't do a stunt again that costed them $100,000.
Well, like in that, so in the script, your character plays a very close role to Liam Neeson's character. So did you have to do in the lead up to the film any kind of rehearsals with the other actors?
I didn't do a rehearsal with him.
No.
Yeah, I met him on set day one.
Day one?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the producer, Al, introduced me. The producer knew who I was and stuff, and he liked magic as well, surprisingly. He was from Lee Strasberg School. He used to teach there back 20 years ago. I was like, oh my God, we're connecting. This is crazy. And he loves magic. And, he's still doing magic tricks. He got passionate for it from I showed it to him. Yeah. And now he wants to join the Magic Castle in LA. And I was like that's the impact that. And he was like, you can never leave magic, Saksham. You have to do it. It's so you.
It is so you.
Yeah, so you have to do it. You should do your shows. Yeah. That's when it triggered me. I was like, I should do shows. Great. Before that, I wasn't going to do shows, I'll be honest. I was like, wow, I'm going to do more movies right now. I don't want to do shows at this point. but he really
He
was like,
planted the
yeah,
seed.
he was like a fan. And I was like, damn. He was like, yeah, this is really cool. You should
is.
really put
It's
more
so
time into
unique.
it. And yeah, you should get into it. And he's had a career in itself. He's been a teacher at Lee Strasberg.
Yeah.
He's been an actor on a huge show, TV show. What's the name of it? But in a lead role.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
He's been a very older dude. He's like 70 something.
Yeah.
He's been what's it called? A pop star in France, sold out, and he's still. While I was in Wallahalla in the middle of nowhere shooting in Melbourne, people came up to him and like older ladies being like, "I used to listen to your pop music," and I was like, "That he was like a legend to me."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, if he can do like."
All
Like,
of these things.
so like acting, then going to producing, then going to like so many careers,
Yeah.
then surely I can do my magic with acting. There's no way I can't.
Well, take us to that first day. So I saw Vengeance. It's set in Nepal. Does that mean, was all the shooting, did it take place there?
No. So it was shot,
Spoiler alert. Okay.
yeah, partly shot in Nepal, mostly shot in Melbourne, Dockland Studios.
Stop it. I used to
Yeah.
work in Docklands at the AFL.
Oh, really?
Oh, so you were just
Yeah.
around the corner from me.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Mind blown. Okay, wait. So was your first day on set in Nepal or in Melbourne?
So no, Nepal was the last part of the whole schedule. We shot all the inside bus scenes because it's a bus movie,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're in a bus.
All inside with digital screens of Nepal, real Nepal that they shot already. The producers, directors.
I'm just like visual. So I watched it last night and you're just like ruining it for me. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, wait, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean you went down the hill? That's incredible. So what was
Yeah.
your first, like, how were you nervous at your first day on set? Were you excited? Were you like throwing
So
up
wait, my
backstage?
first day on set or the first day I met the director? What do you mean? Like
First day actually on set, not to shoot your scene, but just meeting everyone.
Okay, so that's not how it works. So my first day on set is my shooting day.
Oh, was your
And
shooting day?
yeah,
Okay.
and then the other days when I actually met people was a different day.
Oh, well,
So
how was your
that's
first?
that's not like a set day. It's more of like a costuming day. The director quickly comes in,
Yeah.
and he's directed like Die Hard, like big movies,
Oh my gosh,
blockbuster
okay.
films. So I was kind of like, oh my god. This
So your
is
first
crazy.
day was your first day of shooting? Yeah. Is that how it
Not
works?
the first day of shoot. Yes,
Yeah.
that's shooting day.
Yeah, okay. That's
When I
it.
met Liam, that's shooting day.
Oh, wow.
But I met the director earlier.
Oh, okay.
I met the director producers earlier.
How did your first scene go then that you shot?
My first scene was with a Chinese actress named Fan Bingbing,
She's
who's
amazing
a
in that
huge
film.
star in China. And I didn't know how big she was until I saw the crowd, like really collected. I was like, okay, she is big. Like on the Chinese Instagram, whatever that is, she
Yeah.
has like 90 million. Like it's huge audience.
Yeah.
And people love her.
Yeah.
So my first scene was with her. And I was kind of like, she comes up to me and we had this scene where I'm running after I get, something happens to me. And we're running to the bus together. And it was just a running scene, but I'm overthinking one running scene onto a bus. I was like, I'm forgetting to run. Like, how do I run? And
it like this?
yeah. And then like you just forget. It's the first scene, and I was like, oh my god, it's just a running scene. I should just run. Like it's not. I shouldn't overthink it. And she made it very easy. I didn't even realize I said action because we were so far, and she just grabbed my hand, and started running, and I was like, oh shit, we're performing now. Great. Oh, we're in the scene, and so I just started running, and so it was just very like instantaneous. And then I was like, I thought I ran like shit, and I was
Yeah.
like, can we do it one more time? And that's the first day I realized, oh, it was great, love it. Next, I was like, oh wait, what?
No.
I didn't run like right.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? You ran. That's all to run. It's just a running scene.
You're like, no, I've been doing my method. I've been sitting in a dark room. Give me another take.
What is that? So that's the first time I realized. I was like, okay, maybe for running scenes they do this. Maybe for like actual scenes.
Only one takes.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe for actual scenes they will actually let me, have
a
another
few.
take. Yeah, have a few. So now I do my first scene,
Yeah.
and that's with Liam. That was the first scene. Was
Your
in
first
the,
talking scene, okay,
talking
yeah.
scene. And so before by the way, I'll tell you how the first day I met Liam. Let me just explain this as well.
Yeah.
So the producer takes me to Liam, and he was like, he looks at me, Liam looks at me. He obviously saw who I was in this whatever,
Yeah.
so he knew who I was. And he was like, don't mess it up, kid. And he's like so serious.
And that voice.
Yeah, and his voice, Liam Neeson voice.
Don't mess it up.
Yeah. And then he instantly hugs me after that because I was actually a bit like nervous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit. And then he hugs me after that when we go into the bus. And then he just randomly mentions that, hey, do you know the actor's manual? I was like, what? He's like, the actor's manual. Can you do a CX4 by 43 squared? And I was like, no. I was in my brain. I was like,
Yeah.
and it's action. Like And my brain is thinking this
Yeah.
while I'm now doing my next scene.
Oh, he said that right before you.
Right before. And I was like, so after the scene was done, he was like, you didn't do it. And I'm like scared. I was like freaking out. And then Grace, the other actress with me, the girl that you would see in the movie, she'd been in one extra day than me. So she's already dealt with Liam.
Oh, she knows.
She knows. So she was like, oh yeah, I did. It's CS4. Like she's saying some bullshit. And I'm like, what? So I walk out of the bus, like really thinking about this. I go to Grace. I'm like, Grace, can you please tell me? I don't know. And then she just looks at me and she's like, he's just messing with you.
Liam!
I was like, no way. Because I was really searching up online before I spoke to him. I was like doing all these things. I was like, what does this mean? I even remember the exact like squared thing he said.
I can't believe he trolled you before your line.
Yeah.
Your first ever line.
Yeah,
He just full trolled you.
He's very comedic.
Yeah.
Like even after that, he would go on this bus and just go like, oh my God, I hit my head on the thing.
Yeah.
He would do these like very silly jokes.
Okay, because that's what I was going to ask. Because you spend so much time together on the bus. Yeah. What was the vibe like? Would you just be mucking around and then all of a sudden it was like action serious scene?
Yeah, it was very like that. And I'm not like for me, like how I've learned acting is not like that.
No, I need to focus.
Yeah, I am like, I was doing push-ups at the back because they were Grace and Bringing, and then they were at the front of the bus. I would go at the back of the bus just doing push-ups just so I feel the sweat on my face so I know that I'm about to do my next scene. Because they can, I don't know how they do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't act on screen not feeling the reality of it.
Yeah, I couldn't come off the back of laugh.
Yeah, I can't be like, oh shit, my dad's dead there. What's up? I can't do that shit.
No.
So I was kind of like, okay, I need a physical, and for me it's all physical. Like I just need to physically feel that on my body before doing it. And that was, and we had time during the while everyone's chatting, I would just do that at the back, and then everyone's just like, what? Why are you doing this? Yeah. He's like taking it so seriously. Who does he think he is? And I was like, I'm just not. I just don't think I can do it. And everyone else understands. Like they're like, oh yeah, we get it. So it's all good. So, but he is a professional. Like Liam he's done this a million times.
So then to go back to it, did they give you more than one take for all your other lines or no? It was just one.
No.
All the time.
Look, they have it was like I did get sometimes one or two max. But but it wasn't. And it's only more if they don't get it right.
Yeah.
If they got the take right first take, they don't do it again. Even if you think it's good.
Because we're going to do this whole podcast again as a safety.
Yay. Fun times. Yeah. No. Great. It's for safety. Yes.
Wow,
so
that's so crazy. I've got to ask, like so many of us have watched, obviously, like I swear everyone's watched a Liam Neeson action film. What on earth is it like having to sit in the bus? I mean, you were unconscious at the time, spoiler alert, but like in so many of these action parts, like what was it like to be actually a part of it in real life?
Yeah, it was very, it's a lot of physical labor involved. And seeing Liam still doing some of the stuff he's doing physically, and there's no stunt double for him on the bus. Wow, he's actually doing it. And so seeing that, and he goes to the gym in the morning as well, like, what? And going on set already worked out. Like, I was like, okay, I better do that as well. Like, I was like, okay, we have a 4 a.m. call time, and he's going to the gym before that. How the hell do you do that?
Liam's a machine.
Yeah, he is very, very fit dude.
Yeah.
And he's like 70 something.
He's 70.
75, 74, something along those lines.
Okay. He looks great.
He looks great.
He's amazing.
Very good. Very, very good. But he is in his 70s. And I was like, this is incredible. This man, he's so good. So professional on set. But also very very comic.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, when you hang out with him, it's very fun vibe. And I think he does that just to calm the nerves because there's a lot going on. People are stressed out on that set. People are kind of like, oh, is the costuming right? Is this right? You know, we have one take. The whole department is stressed out.
Did you ever get stressed in it, or were you able to kind of keep quiet?
There were moments where it was like, especially night shoot, which was like 2 a.m. at night we were shooting till. And, you know, we're doing scenes in these like very remote areas in Melbourne, in Walla Walla and stuff. And it's like, it's a huge setup. Everything's set up and you're like 2 a.m. And I sleep very early. I sleep at like 10.
I sleep at 8:15.
Yeah, there you go. So for me, waking up is like another thing. And then doing everything right at 2 a.m. is like another whole thing. So doing that was stressful. My brain at the end, usually almost every day, my brain at the end of it, because it's very labor intensive. An action movie is physically intensive. even if you're climbing the bus or doing anything around with the chain segment, like it's very physical, and you're probably doing it multiple times for different angles. Yeah. So you do it multiple times, but for different angles.
Yeah. Same.
And hence it takes a lot of time, and it's shot like the director shot this movie like it was like an independent film. Yeah. Like he loves to get the camera and like put it in there, and like go show it. Yeah. Let's see it. Like he's very physical, and he was like a ninja. Like he would be jumping, and you're like, I was like, whoa. He's a much older dude, but he's a ninja. He's a super focused, fast paced. Yeah. Very Hollywood. Yeah, it's in his style and the way he talks. A lot of energy.
I feel like you had the ultimate Hollywood experience for your first massive film.
It was very crazy.
Cool. I love hanging around people who I guess are at the top of what they do. Spending so much time in close proximity to Liam, like what were your biggest things that you learned of him?
So we had a deal. I basically said, because I showed a trick to Liam and it spread like wildfire. Everyone on the set was like, oh my God, he does magic as well. Like it was like we were in the tent together, and he was like, I was just walking around and I saw Liam. I was like, I hope he calls me, or like, I don't know if I should just go up to him to the tent. I want to speak to him. And he just saw me walking around near his tent. Yeah. And we had an hour together, like before this next scene. So I was just pretending like I'm just looking at the sky or some shit like that. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to go up to him. I was like, I don't want to do that. Maybe he gets offended. Who knows? Yeah. Because a lot of people do try to go up to him.
Sitting in the dark in his method.
Who knows what he's doing as an actor? I don't know his process. So he calls me. He's like, Saksham. I was like, wait. And I was looking the other way. I was like, wait, is he actually calling me? I looked back. I was like, oh, he is calling me. And so I went to him, and he was like, sit here for a second. And I was like, okay. And he's like, that trick you did with the ring earlier, can you please teach me how it's done?
I'm just imagining this in his voice, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, okay. I have a video actually on my phone. I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
Where's my phone actually? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'll show it to you later. So I sit with him in the tent, and he's like, can you teach me this trick with a ring you did with Fan Bing Bing actually? Yeah. And I want to show like his family and stuff. And he was like, he's like, I want to show. And then I was like, oh, I don't share secrets.
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
right? And I was like, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't give it, but it's Liam Neeson at the end of the day asking this. And
did you break code?
No. This is what happened. I'll tell you. Then he was like, I'll teach you an acting tip instead. I was like, oh, a trade. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. And so he was like, teach it for me first. I was like, okay. Oh. So I tried to teach him. He could not learn it. It was the sleight of hand was I thought it was the easiest trick in the book, but he still struggled. And there's a video of us trying to, it's online, it's on my digital. So the assistant was recording it for himself, and then we were doing it, and he couldn't do the trick properly, but I trained him. Yeah. I was like, you would get it. This is what it is. And then we were doing the next scene, and this is what happened. So the sun was coming into my eyes, and so I was squinting while I was saying my line. And so Liam was like, this is the first time we did the second take. Everyone's like, stop, everyone. He's just like, stop. I want you to close your eyes. I was like, wait, what's happening? He's like, close your eyes. You look to the sun. And he's like, stay there. Open your eyes. Do the scene. And my eyes were not squinting. Wow. Just because he got used to the sun rays going like that, and it was not squinting. And I had clear vision, and I could do it.
And was that his tip for you?
That was his tip.
Oh, Leah.
That was his tip. And we did this the whole shoot after that. It was just, there was one tip. The next one was
he gave you more.
Oh, yeah. He was, I taught him one trick. He just kept going. We were on this bus, and he was on the driver's seat, and I was looking at him, but it looked like I was looking to the camera. And we never look at the camera. Yeah. As an actor, you don't do that, looking at the camera. But because I was looking at the camera, he's like, even though he's like, it's not natural for you, but just look this side of the camera, even though I'm here. Yeah. Just pretend like you're talking to me here.
Oh, okay.
On the complete opposite side. I was like, it's going to look really weird. Yeah. He's like, no, it'll be fine.
I'm going to do that right now for the rest of the interview.
He just like, look on the right side, even though he's on the left. So I did that. And it just made sense. And the director was like, yeah, perfect. You did great. I was like, yeah, I did great. Yep.
Liam's my guy.
Yeah. So yeah, throughout that, it was, even at the end, I asked him, can you be my mentor? And he was like, yeah, sure. And so that was really sweet of him. And he was like, if there's anything, just message me and let me know. And he loves dog videos. Fun fact. So yeah, that was that kind of whole thing with him.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Yeah. So Liam is your mentor.
So he said that if you have anything ever,
Yep.
message me, and
That would be
I'll
the
there
most
for you.
dangerous thing to say
And I
to
was
me, but
like,
obviously
yeah.
you're very like in control. I'd be like,
He
hey,
was-
I've got a question. Hey.
No, I've only messaged him a few times.
Yeah.
Like on the New Year's, I wished him.
Yeah.
So he sent me a dog video, so I sent him a dog video back. And then, yeah, we've had a few exchanges, but not too many. Like, I don't want to, like, bombard him
Oh
because
my
he's a
God,
very busy
still,
dude.
we count
Yeah.
it. That's such a win.
Yeah,
No, well,
so-
congratulations, because the film is absolutely incredible. And as I said at the start of the interview, I'm so in awe of everything that you do, because it's literally, I feel like your life is the next movie that you need to film, because it is just so all over the place with all these incredible things. And at the moment, we said at the start of the show, you have just started doing the live tours for the first time. Perth was your first sold out one. Like, how did that go?
How was yesterday?
Yeah.
That was fun. That was very scary. I was
I
like,
can't believe you got scared. I thought after Australia's Got Talent, after being with
you know
Liam
what? A lot of
Neeson-
people said this to me. Like, I remember
Yeah.
coming when I was flying over, my cousin brother was home. And I was like, I feel weird. Like, I just don't feel right.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's not a Hollywood movie. Like,
Yeah, you've been with
he's like,
Liam,
what the hell are you talking
You
about?
got Liam on
I was
speaker.
like, okay, you can't understand what I'm feeling. I haven't been on stage for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, actually on stage.
It's a different,
So
it's a
it is
different
different.
skill set.
It
It's
is a
not,
different skill set. Acting is different. This is whole different. I've done magic still, but on like
audience
with a camera.
engagement is different.
So audience engagement is a whole new thing.
Oh, I found that because I pivoted from TV into emceeing stuff, and it was
Yeah.
not a transferable skill set, because on TV and probably like film, it doesn't matter what anyone around you thinks. You're talking to the camera, and as long as you're delivering your lines with energy and you're getting that done, that's all that matters. But in a MC thing, it's all about the audience being
Yeah.
involved, and it's instant feedback. So if
Yeah.
people don't like it, it's like, oh, so you've got to learn how
Yes.
to get the whole crowd involved and change.
Yeah,
the
I mean, I
energy.
knew that I could do that,
That-
element. That
yeah.
wasn't a struggle.
Yeah.
Struggle was that I always get butterflies before I'm on stage. It's just natural.
Yeah.
Even for a movie, I usually get it just before I do my first take.
Yeah.
But I just always get it. And it's something, it happens. It's just like, oh, like, I hope it goes well. Because there's a lot, like lighting has to be in sync with music, sound. It's not even in my control. You know, that's in control with the technicians. So if they mess up, then I still look bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my stuff can still be ruined because of other people.
Yeah, magic feels like such high risk.
It is high risk in that manner. Because if the sound of music doesn't come in that time, then that trick is revealed. So that is like, okay, then what's the backup? And backups are always my thing. Okay, like if this trick fails, how can I, because they don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
Magic is a place that, okay, I made a coin disappear. It was supposed to actually be inside that frame, but it didn't appear in that frame. So now it will appear back in my pocket. You know, that's the backup. So you're like, you always come up with backups. You're like, okay, what if this goes wrong?
Do you know what? I feel like
And you
that
always have
is
a
how
backup.
you live your life with all your opportunities that you've created, even like gate crashing the parties to get in, to get an agent. You always look for like a backup.
Yeah, kind of,
roundabout
yeah.
route. Do you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
kind of so cool.
I mean, this is again a quote from my mom. She says, you should have a backup for a backup. That's literally what she says. And I'm like, oh, that's a nice one. I like that.
that's really
So,
cool.
yeah.
I've learned that because I get butterflies and things, but I've kind of just started to tell myself that means it's important and I care about it. Do you know what I
Fair.
mean? Like if I
Yeah,
didn't care, then I wouldn't
maybe,
be like,
yeah.
like how do you calm your nerves then, say last night before you went on? What did you do?
I just walk on stage. Yeah.
You're like,
I just yeah. I'm like freaking out, and when the music like hypes me up. So like when the music starts,
Yeah.
because we play a certain song, and that's basically to hype me up behind stage. I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's not for the
yeah,
audience, that's 'cause I
yeah,
need
this
that.
is just for the audience, but it's also for me to
Yeah.
just like get in the mode. And then when that song ends and it's like fading, and it's like the perfect time now. It's tune tune tune. The audio visual is playing, and then the visual screen ends, and now it's my entry sequence. And then I
you're
just go,
in the zone.
and then I'm in the zone. And then as soon as I say, "What's up, Perth?" everything's normal. And I hear the crowd. I can't hear you guys. I say hell, you say yeah, hell, yeah, hell, yeah. Let's make some noise. Like it's a whole different vibe.
yeah.
Once that happens, now it's like magic is secondary at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Now let's just have a good time, and that's basically the show. You know, it's like having a good time. And for me, it's like it feels like a concert. I always wanted to make it feel like not like a traditional magic show. No one's getting cut in half here. Like no, it's very different when you go to the show. You what you expect from a traditional magic show is just not what you're gonna get. So, and that's why it's completely different. It's a whole different energy, different vibe. And the tricks are very like organic. And what I mean by that is it's very with your items. It could be with your phones, you know, it could be with, you know, things that you're thinking of, your childhood best friend and how, you know, maybe she comes in the room through your phone or something like that. It's very intimate and it's a different experience to what a traditional magic show looks like.
Out of interest, this is the first time, as I said at the time of this record, we're in Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
This will probably go out a little bit later, but your first time touring with the magic, has that changed, I guess, the direction in what you want to do with your work? Are you still more like...
I want to do both. Like, I really think that there is a place, like, I think there's a lot of dancers and singers who are actors. And I don't know there's a lot of any magicians that are also actors.
I think they all stopped at year 6.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, well, for me, I think magic is cool because of my acting talent and storytelling in my show. That's why I think it makes me unique.
Oh, you've got your own lane.
Yeah.
Like, you've literally created your own lane.
It is like that lane for me is very like, oh, that's me. And that is what I want to be known for these crafts combining and coming together.
Is that, because I know you're also excitingly working on a new feature at the moment, does that involve elements of magic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in that film, it is a hostage thriller. That's what it is.
Okay.
But
are you
magic in
gonna
it.
DM Liam and be like, "Hey, I've got this thing"?
I don't know if we find. I mean, he operates at a very different budget to what I'd be making it at.
$137,000.
Yeah, no. I mean, even $1 million is like.
He'd be like, "Well,
nothing.
I love you, Saksham,
Yeah,
but no."
But
Here's
if another producer, like you know, someone else gets on board, then we have hope.
Hey, well, DM. We love a DM. So if anyone, Screen West.
Yeah. So. I mean, it was in my mind when I wrote the characters. There is one character I'm like, oh, he'd be good for it.
Liam would be
yeah,
good.
He'd be great for it.
Just pop him a message. You never know. And follow it with like a dog emoji.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still a bit hesitant for that level of like, but maybe if I go to New York, I would definitely like ask him to have a look at the script and what he thinks of it and his feedback, because that would be invaluable.
Well, honestly, like I've told you this off camera before, I feel like you've lived 27 different lives in this one life. You're only 24 and you've done all these incredible things that, like, if someone could just have done one of them, they would be like, I've had a good life. But you are just still going and it's so inspiring. So congratulations with everything you're doing. Well, I know a magician never reveals his secrets, but I'm kind of hoping at the end of the show we could just get a few secret reveals, not on your tricks, but just on how you do life. Permission to ask some questions. It won't be hardcore. It'll just be, it's more general. Firstly, it was just on rejection. Because I know you obviously you've done a lot of auditions and it's like such a cutthroat industry. Do you have a way that you frame rejection that might be useful for people?
I have like gotten rejected so many times for so many things that they're just like I just learn from them. Yeah. And you don't learn anything from success. That's the truth.
Oh, I know. I think
you learn absolutely nothing when you get the funding, or when you do learn, but you don't learn what you would have learned when you fail. When you fail, you're like, oh, okay, so what did I do wrong? And you really critically analyze it and you really go through it, and then you create better work next time. And so I always feel like you learn nothing from success truly, but from failure you learn a lot, and that helps to build confidence. That helps to actually, it's the opposite way to look at it, but it does help to build the confidence that, okay, next time. And the thing about acting is very different. Acting, it's not even that you're not good enough. And I realized that for acting, it's different, is because you have to be cast, you have to look right, you have to feel right. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Yes, there's the commercial aspect of it, but then there's also like, is he the right person for that part? Sometimes I'm auditioning for things and I'm like,
a builder at McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm like, what? That is not
this guy.
That is not me.
Come on.
But I still put in the tape.
Yeah.
I still put it in because who the casting director's looking at it, who knows when they see you and what you put there in like next, they don't know that. Yeah. So I still do all those things.
Does it hurt ever, the rejection? Or if you, because like you said, you've just gone through it so many times.
It does. It does. Yeah. Of course it does. You know, when you work so hard for a project and it just like, boom, didn't happen. And you're like, what? That would have been perfect. Or like a role in like this Netflix project, another one I was auditioning for, it didn't happen. Yeah. And I was like, oh, it would have been perfect. It was smaller than Ice Road, but it was like, oh, it would have been perfect. It would have dream. And then you get Ice Road and you're like, oh shit, like what was I thinking? Yeah. So it is kind of like, and once you do also experience a little bit of success, that helps definitely as well in terms of like, oh, okay, I did this, then next time I can do bigger.
And I think you get the evidence of like, it all worked out. Like,
Yeah,
you know
it
what I
worked
mean?
out at the end of
Like,
the day.
I remember I didn't
Yeah.
get that, but then this came up and this was even better.
Exactly.
What about like leaving your comfort zone? So much of your work, you have placed yourself into uncertain situations. In fact, like all of magic is pretty much that. There's so many unknown variables. And like one of my mantras this year is like, I take action before I'm ready. And I know Lewis says something like, say yes and figure it out later.
Yeah.
Like how important do you think it is to have that attitude with what you're doing and just press yourself into areas that you don't quite know what's going to happen?
You know what? I was a lot more like better as a kid doing this than I am now. Now I think more.
Oh, really?
Back then I didn't think, which was great. So I would just go into things not thinking that there is 1,000 other things to think about. Now I'm like, okay, I'm doing this tour. I need to sell this many tickets to break even. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to, like now I'm really critically thinking. And like, it's going to those minute details that sometimes I get scared and I overthink it. But as a kid, that's why I always like, okay, what would my 17-year-old self do at that time? I would think that, okay, he wouldn't give a shit about any of this. He would just do it.
Do all the tours across Australia.
Yeah, he would just do it. And then I was like, yes, freaking press the button. Let's go.
I was literally reading a Mark Twain quote and he's like, to be successful, you require two things, ignorance and confidence. It sounds like that, right?
Yeah.
Where you just like, you don't really know about the other
don't know
variables. So you're
anything.
like, how much
Yeah.
will this cost? I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. And the truth is you really don't. Yes, you can be smart about it. I do think you can be smart about things, but sometimes you have to kind of go out of your comfort zone. You have to be able to get something that you really want and try your absolute best to get it because it is really hard, especially in the entertainment industry to get anything.
It's so hard. When was the last time you felt so out of your depth, out of your comfort zone? Like where you're like, okay, have I swum out a little bit too far?
Before this show? I mean,
last night. Was it last night?
Last night was, last night literally
But that's
was.
great.
Last night was very uncomfortable. It was scary. It was like, even though I knew everything would be fine, it was like, I'm out of my comfort zone. Like, even though everyone's like, oh, you're so good. You did AGT. You've done performed for Google. You've done so many brand collaborate. Like, oh, you'll be perfect for it. But for me, that was way out of my comfort zone in my brain.
And you survived.
Yeah.
And
we
you loved
survived.
it.
Yeah, it was great. It went awesome. You know, when I walked out, people were so happy. And so, yeah, that made my day. And today I'm a bit more better. Like, I feel a little bit more better. But I feel like just before, like 5 minutes before, I'm going to be feeling messed up. So, yeah.
No. And lastly, I just wanted to ask you about goal setting. Obviously, like your whole entire story, you have achieved these incredible things like consistently along the way. Do you have a process with how you set your goals for what you're doing?
I just know where I have to get to. That's it. Like the end. I just know the end outcome I'm looking for. And the rest is just kind of, it's just happening on the way. It's not like I haven't been very, like I've just looked at, oh, I want to do this. I want to be like a magic movie star. That's like what I want to be known for. That would be sick. Okay, what do I do to get there? And then reverse engineer and just like see the steps. Okay, acting school is one of them. Okay, being in a film is one of them. Okay, doing shows is one of them to still keep that magic profile and not let it fade. Okay, how do I combine them? Well, no one's going to write a script for me. And so I even reached out to Now You See Me 3's like casting directors, everyone. They're not interested to cast me.
Yeah.
This was a long time ago, but I was like, okay, well then I have to write it myself. And I have no problem doing that. So I did do that. And so writing my own projects and just kind of coming up, just keep at it.
Yeah.
When you're keep at it and you meet good people, that helps to actually take it to the next level. But I think it's just keeping at it. That's one thing.
And it strikes me as like some people are like, I think those, you know how they say to like do SMART goals and make them attainable. I feel like that's not your train of thought. Do you set like a ridiculous, you just go for big, like what you want, you're like, I want that.
I mean, look, I am a bit SMART goal as well. Yeah. Yeah, I am at the same time. Like, even though I make SMART goals for the unattainable.
Okay.
So it would be like, this is unattainable, but what would be a SMART goal to have an unattainable goal? Like, what is a SMART goal? So I would really come up. I actually made a SWOT analysis of me going to, like, I remember me going to LA and doing all this. And versus me being an Australian pursuing it. I like did a SWOT analysis, and do you know what a SWOT analysis is?
I do
right?
a SWOT analysis every
Okay.
Sunday. I'm such
Yeah.
a nerd. Every Sunday I SWOT analysis different areas of my life.
Yeah.
Like a weirdo.
Yeah, it's so
Love it.
weird. Yeah, so I did that for that. I did that for these shows I'm doing. I was like, okay, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses? So I keep doing that, and that really helps to like put me. And as soon as I see more advantages in that side and strengths, then I just like go for it. So yeah,
I thought I was the only one who SWOT analysis.
I thought I was the only one. So yeah, there
That's
you go.
what I got out of my marketing degree. I was like, this
That's
is
the one thing I
great.
learned. Yeah.
No, well, honestly, thank you so much. For someone who has achieved success, how do you define success at this point in your life?
What does that mean? What do you
I
mean
don't
by
know.
that?
Like, what is success to you? Like, is it doing what you love? Is it, I don't know.
I think just being happy. Like
so
what like every day, if I'm happy with what I'm doing, that's success. You know, if I'm not happy in what I'm doing, then if I'm like sad about it, then that's not. And it is always like, okay, this second is the best day of my life. I don't know the future. I don't know the
I thought you had
past.
this moment with me.
No, it is, I mean, that's what I mean.
obviously.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like, you don't know the past, like the future, and you don't know like the past is so much stuff as well. So you're like, oh, this moment, this second is like the best time of my life.
Yeah.
So the future isn't the best. This moment right now is, and that's it. So living that, and obviously pursuing goals, but being in that moment, that's kind of, I mean, going in the future, I'm trying to do that more and more because I'm usually someone who's daydreaming
Or you're
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time, daydreaming. Okay, tomorrow. It's always tomorrow. And now I'm kind of like, okay, no, today. Because if I'm not going to enjoy today, then
What's the point
what's
of
the
it?
point of it? Because I'll reach tomorrow. Like I'll reach the Liam Neeson movie and be like, okay, what's tomorrow? Like,
What's
like it's like
what next?
there's always tomorrow.
Yeah.
So like today is very important.
No, I love that. That's been a big focus of mine this year, is just to be where my feet are and just to like be grateful for where I am right now and just stop wondering about all the other things. We're very similar in that regard. Well, where can people find and follow you? This will probably go out maybe slightly after your shows have gone out. So yeah, where's the best way for people?
You can follow me on Instagram at Saksham Magic or on YouTube, Saksham Magic. That's pretty much any social media platform. You can follow me there. If you're in Melbourne, if it comes out in May, you should come down to the shows in Melbourne. And maybe you get to see another movie next year as well. So
I know,
stay tuned for that.
So excited. Thanks again. Just lastly,
Thank you.
life is a jungle. Have you got any parting wisdom for navigating the jungle of life?
There should be a backup for a backup. That's probably what I would say. So yeah, there should always be a backup for a backup. And that would be it.
Saksham, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for listening. For more information on the show, visit my website, amberlylobo.com. You can catch me on socials at amberlylobo. That is it. Have an amazing day, whatever you're up to. And remember, life is a jungle. Be kind to animals.
Welcome to the jungle with Amberly Lobo.